Right. And we're golden. We're golden like a shower. So what's
Oh,
going on, Joe?
hey Joe. Just you know, pretty upset. Not upset. Like week 14 had some surprises, and I think I'm shocked.
I feel shocked. I feel shocked that the Panthers did not beat the Eagles.
Yeah, the receiver didn't come to the ball, didn't have possession. They were that close, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
really not though.
they were that close, and the Chiefs won in Chiefs fashion. That black voodoo magic, whatever they're doing.
But Thursday, the Lions and Packers, close game.
That was, and I expected that divisional game. Packers had the lead some of that game too, and the Lions, proved to be too much. And Big Dick Dan Campbell, freaking going for it on 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, whatever it was. And Jared Goff almost botching it, and they still picked up the run. That was a ballsy call. I don't know if you watched that game. I watched that. I That was a ballsy call.
Hey, you play to win the game, right? And he was going for it. Got these giant grapefruits.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I'll tell you who doesn't have giant grapefruits: the New York fucking football goddamn Giants.
No. They lost in typical Giants fashion. Um, Offense didn't look good. Defense looked even worse, and managed to lose by 3 points.
Which goes to show you how bad the Saints are. That the friggin' Giants were garbage and still almost lost.
Yeah, game tying field goal and it gets blocked. Now next 3 games are uh they're the teams that they're playing are not taking it easy. Giants got to we'll talk about it when we get into week 15, but um, it's not going to be good for the Giants if Giants fans and the team wants to win.
They're not winning this year. I'm not sitting. I think we talked about it last week. No, I'm not for tanking's sake. But at this point, we're going into week 15. There was no way of salvaging this season in week 6.
No, the Giants are on a bad
Um,
skid. Um,
so we need to accept the number one pick and actually build the team, not just like, ooh, a new shiny quarterback coming out of college. No, build the fucking team. You
there's
know,
there's notable free agent quarterbacks too. And my thought was, you know, use the first round and desperately what the team needs. Um, but also bring in a veteran. I'm not saying like go out and get Russell Wilson. Um, but like I never minded Justin Fields. Um, and I'm just trying to think like what notable. Sam Darnold's going to be a free agent, but the Vikings may sign him for how he's been performing, right, and let him develop JJ McCarthy.
yeah, with the way Minnesota's been playing this season, I wouldn't change a thing. Yeah,
I
just
don't.
keep building on it.
That's that. So you're drinking some coffee. I'm drinking some Dr Pepper.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Yeah, I don't know why they call it Dr Pepper though. Like the pepper. Like
Spicy.
it must be like an old folklore or something.
Yeah, back in the days before television, you had to sit around the campfire and listen to the old elders named Pepper, something like that.
I mean, it's got to be as close to the truth as there is.
It's I read it in a book.
Was it leather bound?
Oh yes, and it smelled like rich mahogany.
Oh,
So you know it's old, and you know it's important. And I mean, they can't put anything in leather-bound books if it isn't true, right? Like the internet.
Ron Burgundy doesn't believe in the internet.
You know who else who doesn't believe in the internet? Cleveland fucking Browns. Uh, big win. I don't know how big of a win it is for Pittsburgh, but it's a win for Pittsburgh. Vikings blow out the Falcons.
Did I pick the Falcons to win that game, or did I pick Minnesota?
No, we both picked Minnesota.
Okay, good.
Uh,
We were smart on that one.
I picked Pittsburgh. You picked Cleveland.
All right, that's cool. I didn't win that one.
We both picked the Bucks to win, beat the Raiders. Both picked Philly. We obviously both picked the Titans to beat the Jaguars.
And they did.
Barely.
Oh, they
beat
barely
the
won.
Jaguars. 10-6. We both picked the Dolphins to beat the Jets, which it was paper-wise, it was close.
And I think it went to overtime.
And in typical Jets fashion, they screwed it up.
I think the Jets. Speaking of the Jets, I think the Aaron Rodgers experiment there has got to be done. Like, he wasn't the answer for the Jets, in that still they got talent on that team, but it's Aaron Rodgers is not the answer there. Clearly, he's not the same Aaron Rodgers of old. He shows glimpses, but we all know Aaron Rodgers for being the consistent, doing that throughout the whole entire game, not just one or two times. He's Aaron Rodgers. I mean, and him throwing on that Jet uniform it's like the Jets are cursed ever since that butt fumble happened or something.
And it just popped into my head. I wonder how much of what's going on with Aaron Rodgers is him being, after what happened last year, him getting hurt like almost immediately. If he's playing it safe, he doesn't want to get hurt again.
Like he's playing a little reserved.
Yeah, he just kind of wants to get through the season and make sure he gets paid, which is understandable.
I get
but
that.
He's not playing. Aaron Rodgers is not playing like Aaron Rodgers, like you said.
No. And I get it. He's 40 too. I mean, he's not a spring chicken, and you expect players to not play as well when they're aging. But we saw what happened with Tom Brady. It's like he didn't lose a freaking step. But not everyone's Tom Brady.
Yeah, I was gonna say Brady was a special breed, a rare breed.
So
it's not fair to Aaron Rodgers or anybody else to compare them to Brady. But something's going on with Rodgers.
I think the Jets need to move on from him. Just, hey, we tried, it didn't work. Cut him. Because I don't even think Aaron's happy.
No, he can't be happy. Can't be happy.
Losing to a division rival. There's no saving the Jets season anyway, but there was a lot, like in the beginning of the season, I think we hit on it last week, like there was a lot of experts picking the Jets to win that division. Like they wrote Buffalo off. They were picking either Miami or the Jets. Because they foresaw Davante Adams wanting to be out of the Raiders and he should immediately go to the Jets, and that didn't improve anything. But it was just picking the Jets. Buffalo don't stand a chance here at Buffalo. We'll probably touch up on that game, but they're sitting at top of the division, still 4 or 5 games ahead of the second place. They're 10-3, number 2 seed in the AFC, and a juggernaut and a Super Bowl hopeful.
And what can we say about the Jets that hasn't already been said about Afghanistan?
Um, that they're a stand-up franchise, uh, built on success and reputation, um, and butt
Yeah,
fucking.
they have the reputation of an OnlyFans creator.
Well, I mean, I guess if you like things sucking, sign the Jets up for OnlyFans because that's what they be doing,
Fucking A.
fucking like a goddamn circus seal.
So
Anyway, moving
Seattle
on.
and uh,
No, go ahead. You were saying Seattle,
Seattle and Arizona. I picked Seattle. You picked Arizona.
and
And
I
I
was
came out on
wrong.
top of it. Uh,
Seattle
so
spanked them.
yeah, 30-18.
It's like I mean, I get it's divisional, but could Seattle be kind of finding their groove? Like now's the time to start getting hot if they want to run away and get in the playoffs with the division.
Yeah,
I mean, the division's still wide open, but them beating the Cardinals made it that much better for Seattle to win division. The only other team I think that's threatening them is the Rams, and they're a game behind.
and
And
speaking of the Rams, they lost by 2 to Buffalo, which
Buffalo
is
lost by 2.
oh shit. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
My
that
bad.
game. Like I'll be honest, I watched that game right, and I had to stop watching for a few just because like 31-14. I go, what is going on, Buffalo? Like, and then I turn it back on, and then it's 28-34 or 35. I'm like, whoa! Like Buffalo came roaring back, and that just shows that that should give. I mean, if I'm Buffalo, I'm not mad that I lost that game. I can't be. You got you found a team that outdueled you. I mean, it's the Rams had the better day. Josh Allen had himself a day, throwing for 3 touchdowns and running for 3.
And the fact that Buffalo came back and friggin' almost took it. They may have been just like resting back and saying, "Ah, we got this. We're Buffalo." They're like, "Oh shit."
That was one thing I said last week. It's like I don't want Buffalo to go in there thinking that's a trap game. You had a 6-16, and it's like Buffalo. The last thing you want to do is go into any team and thinking, oh, we're on this hot streak. We're gonna beat them, and the Rams went out. But now, mind you, Rams got healthy. They have both their star receivers. Matt Stafford's playing well now. They got a decent run game. Their defense is young and playing well. So I think Buffalo, the Rams were the better team. Obviously, they were the victors, 44-42. So it's our highest scoring game of the season. You can't be mad if I don't know, like for that kind of loss, I don't think I can be mad. You scored 40 plus points. Yeah, just it was lost by 2. Yes, it's a loss, but you only what you actually lose. Gained a loss, and you gained a loss in the loss count. I don't. No one got hurt. I think it's still it can provide um, momentum going in because next week they got their toughest matchup, which we'll probably hit on.
Yeah,
Um, so that's what I just got to say. I don't, if that loss, if I'm Buffalo, I'm not. I'll be going. Take your day, whatever you need. That you say, hey, we lost a close game to a good team. Pat yourselves on the back because there was a dogfight towards the end. But that loss, I don't think that is heartbreaking. I don't, that's to me, that's not. That's, I guess, as good as a loss can be, if that makes sense.
Tell you what wasn't a good loss. Bears versus the 49ers.
No, the Bears got
49ers,
spanked.
and we both picked the Bears, and San Francisco came out blazing.
Yeah, we were wrong. Caleb Williams just think by halftime, I think they had like 2 yards. That was 49ers came out, like you said, guns a blazing. And it was over when it started.
Yeah. Chargers versus the Chiefs,
I know I picked the Chargers.
and I picked Kansas City. Close friggin' game.
Close
2
game, and
points.
it came off a deflected field goal off the goal up the upright. So I mean, Chargers are still in it. I still think they can play spoilers in the playoffs. I mean, I'm not saying they're Super Bowl hopefuls, but they can ruin somebody's day in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, Kansas City isn't the Kansas City we've seen the last few years, but to be able to be within 2 points of knocking them off, again, like moral victories or whatever, you could say, we're there, we're almost there. You gotta,
The Chiefs aren't playing the best ball either, but that's a good team, and they're finding ways to win. Mind that what people are saying, or with the refs and whatnot, but what do good teams find a way to win? If your offense isn't that high octane, hasn't been for the past few years, your defense is stepping up. Your offense gets points on the board, but you're expecting that defense. Hey, don't let them score. Like, we get ahead, it's all we're good. And I think that's the Chiefs. You know, minus when they played Buffalo. A few weeks back, where Buffalo gave them their first loss. Buffalo had their number, but it took the team. It took Buffalo to score 30 points to beat them.
yeah, and to be fair and respectfully to LA, Buffalo's a better team than the Chargers.
Yes, not taking nothing away from the Chargers. I mean, they're building, right, first year head coach, or for a new head coach. Um, that team is finding its identity through the season. Being a run first team, which that's always been the Jim Harbaugh way. Pound the ball, pound the ball, pound the ball, drop it over the top, right? I mean, that's football 101, but Jim Harbaugh is sticking with that recipe.
Who's not baking with any recipes? The fucking Cowboys.
The
This is the
Cowboys did
Cincinnati.
everything to lose. Did everything to lose that game. Like, they punt, they block a punt, and then they muff it on the recovery, and the freaking Bengals got it. Like, I think I picked the Bengals to win that game,
Yeah, we both did.
and I'm glad they won. But the Cowboys, I mean, their season's lost. Like, there's no hope for the Cowboys to win the end of the playoffs. Like, their season is done. They need to do some serious evaluations on how to gain that team, because to me, it almost like McCarthy is losing that locker room. Like, no, they're not playing at the caliber as what we've seen the Cowboys play at. You could chalk it up to injuries or whatnot, but last year the team finished 12-5, and just they were the team. Then you're gonna go back and only have like 5 or 6 victories the next season. It's like, what has changed? You had people come back from injury. Yes, you lost maybe a couple throughout the year, but your nucleus was still there. I think the Cowboys, they just, I think it's a coaching change is in need.
You know what they need? That'll turn that ship around? Daniel Jones.
They need Daniel Jones.
They need Daniel Jones. He's a $160 million quarterback.
They're currently Daniel Jones is sitting with the Minnesota Vikings as Sam Darnold's backup.
The backup to the backup.
Yeah, we didn't expect Sam Darnold to play like this.
But I'll take it.
But it's this like resurgence, right? You find the right combination of quarterback and coach, like Geno Smith in Seattle. I thought he was going to be a career backup. Goes to Seattle, lights it up. Got a contract, got $100 million contract extension. It took him 12 years to get there, or 11 years, but he's there. He never gave up.
Yeah, right spot, right timing. Hell, he could have went to Seattle freaking 10 years ago, 11 years ago, and it wouldn't have worked out.
Nope. Aiden O'Connell is really, or Kevin O'Connell, I think his name is really, building Sam Darnold up, and Sam Darnold's playing at an elite level. 11-2. Like that, you don't get there from playing mediocre.
No. Mediocre, you're lucky to get 8-8, 9-8 at best, or 9-7 at best. But week 15, going into week 15 here. Started off the week with the Rams and the 49ers.
So the Rams, I think, are going to take that Thursday. Just, 49ers gave the Bears, but who are the Bears? No. Rams are going to win that game.
Yeah, 49ers have been all over the place this season. I could see it being close, but I'm with you with the Rams taking it. Sunday, got Rams and Giants. Or excuse me, Ravens and Giants.
Ravens. Sorry, I'm going to have to go with the Ravens. I'm going against my team.
You're sticking with your team, and then there's sipping on reality, and the Giants are not in reality right now.
Let's play to play, not tank, but look at what position the team is in for drafting. Next year they could cut a couple people and have over 70 million in cap space for free agent signings, and they could turn this team around if they do it right. Now, my question to you, do you think they clean house totally and get rid of Daboll and Shane?
How long have they both been there again?
This would be year 3.
Clearly whatever they are doing is not working, right? And I'm sure they recognize it. I'm sure that they're not ignorant to the fact that they have to make a change. What they're doing is not working, and they have to build it up and make it right. I'm always worried about completely cleaning house and starting from the office down, team wise, because excuse me. Next season will definitely, the Giants have been rebuilding for 10 years now.
Trying to anyway.
So part of me wants to say they have to know what the hell's going on. Give them next season to try and figure it out. and then go from there. Because either way, it's going to be, just hit the reset button and blow this thing up. But who knows if the next people you bring in are going to be even any better?
No, right. And it's
And on the other hand, I'm like, if you're going to, blow it up, just completely clean house.
Now, I mentioned before that Daniel Jones was a Mara guy, right? And that was the last quarterback, or one of the few last draft picks from the Dave Gettleman era of the Giants, because he got drafted in 2019. And I think Dave Gettleman and Mara was sold on him, and then Mara's the one who gave him the contract. And obviously, we saw what happened. It didn't work out. Daniel Jones asked for his release mid-season. It didn't matter when he got cut. I think that showed a lot of character on the organization. It showed a lot. I think a lot of teammates were angry that they granted his release because, I think there's, team trying to, team like, hey, it's not all him. Well, the way the team's playing, I mean, a lot of people I've seen posts, they're saying, oh, no, it's not just the quarterback. Uh, for me to say that the majority of that issue was Daniel Jones. And then you're throwing in Drew Lock or Tommy DeVito and Tommy Cutlets, and it's already too late, right? I mean, for them, it's they haven't taken all those snaps. Drew Lock has been getting first team snaps lately, but he's a career backup. He's not gonna do anything magnificent. Um, the Giant, they're in need of a quarterback. Um, Once the injuries on defense started piling up, Andrew Thomas going down on the offensive line, Illuminor went down, so the offensive line lost. We lost some key pieces there, which didn't help anything. It's I think let Dable and Shane draft a quarterback. Let them
Yeah.
let them build the team. If memory
like you said,
serves me, Brian Dable was on the Bills when they drafted Josh Allen, and we saw what happened. We saw what happened with Josh Allen. Now, totally different talent than Daniel Jones. Like 100%, I get it, but the biggest thing Allen had issues was accuracy. He had a hell of an arm. He can get the ball down the field. It's accurately, and he's Dable worked with him until he went to the Giants, getting better, and he showed that. Daniel Jones may be limited on what he can do.
yeah, and like you pointed out, I honestly didn't think of it. And it definitely makes me want to, focus more and give them a chance. This team wasn't their team. They got there after was already, Daniel Jones was already there, yada yada yada. They're already given a bowl of sour grapes. So now is the opportunity for them to show that, hey, we can make we tried, we fucking tried, and now let us do our thing.
That's what I would like to see. Give them the opportunity to draft, a franchise player and let them build them. Like Joe Shane has proven himself to be good at drafting. Same with Daboll. Their draft class this past draft has been playing pretty well. I mean, they've been drafting well. It's they're not making signing Saquon Barkley a priority and letting them walk, and signing Jones instead when it should have probably been the other way around. Um, you know that upset a lot of fan base. That upset a lot of that he probably upset some of the teams or some of the teammates, I should say. It was they had their players. Unfortunately, we'll never see a Malik Neighbors, Saquon Barkley on the same team. Because I'm sorry, but what quarterback would not like that combo?
One that can throw and
Right. I mean, and now Saquon's in shouting distance, got 3 more games, and he's like 1,650 something rushing yards.
yeah.
Oh boy, oh boys, he could get 2,000 rushing yards. He is literally 350 yards away
Yeah, with 3 games left.
with 3 games.
He can do that in 2.
I think we may have a new rush season rushing record coming up, and good for Saquon.
Yeah. He was never the issue. He was never the issue.
Yeah. Oh,
Let's make it.
Ravens by probably 20, if not better.
But speaking of issues,
Oh,
the
daddy
Jets
issues.
versus the Jags.
Oh, just when you thought football couldn't get any worse to watch, then you have the Jets versus Jags game.
It's a tough decision, not because it's Detroit Buffalo. It's because it's the Jets versus the Jags. The complete opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, it's like one of the games that you're like, does it matter? I mean, do we got to pick one?
If they both could find a way to lose, they would find a way to friggin' both lose.
I think I just don't have faith in the Jets. I think the Jags are going to take it. And it won't be by much. It'll be like a 3-point, like a field goal.
You know what? It's such a throwaway game. I'll go with the Jets, but I agree with you. If this game breaks double digits combined, I'd be surprised.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like 6-3.
Oh, wow.
Like 7-2. Like
It's like one episode of South Park, Cripple Fight!
they give it to them. They damage people.
Thank you for the ball. I got the ball. I throw the ball. It's like, fuck. That was my impression of Mac Jones, by the way.
Gotcha. But speaking of another cripple fight, Cowboys versus Carolina.
Well, here's to you, Dallas Cowboys. It's about to get ready to lose to the Carolina Panthers.
So you're picking Carolina too?
Yeah. These schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
This should be an easy pick. Washington versus New Orleans.
Washington. They're going to be without Derek Carr too. I think he got evaluated for a concussion and he hurt his arm in the Giants game because he decided to do something stupid and dive and land on his face and his hand.
If we're gonna try something new, you might as well try it against the Giants. The only person that could hurt you. The only person that could hurt yourself at that point is yourself. So
yeah,
the
Giants aren't real. They cannot hurt you.
Show us on the doll where the Daniel Jones hurt you. Cincinnati versus Tennessee.
It should be Cincinnati.
Kansas City versus Cleveland.
I'm gonna go with the Browns.
Really?
Yep.
Any reason why? Other than you just want to see Kansas City lose?
I think Myles Garrett is going to be that guy on defense
Yeah,
to
I
wreak
guess.
havoc. And Jameis Winston hasn't been playing a horrible ball. He's made some questionable decisions, yes, but it's he put a new excitement in Browns football.
But
So he put up over 400 yards and lost. It's like, they say I call it the Jameis Winston experiment. Like it's 4th and 17. Instead, do you punt or do you throw Jameis Winston out there? Either one or two things are going to happen. You bomb it deep, and it's either going to be a 70-yard touchdown or a pick. Either way, it's a punt.
at that point, it's 4th and 17. You're giving them the ball anyway. You're fucking Cleveland. Just go out there and have fun. Give Jameis the ball and see what happens, like you said.
I know you're probably going with Kansas City.
Yeah, it's the safe pick. Let Cleveland go out there and have fun, but
I too like to live on the edge.
Yeah.
Oh, live dangerously.
All right, Miami versus the Texans. Got it.
I'm gonna go with Texans.
I agree. I don't think Miami's back yet to what they were supposed to be. So, Colts versus the Broncos.
Broncos.
Battle of the Ponies.
So you got horse versus horse?
Yes, of course, of course. And New England versus Arizona.
Arizona should rebound against New England.
I mean, hate to say easy, but it's a good game to rebound for.
I think it is. It's a winnable game. It's their game to lose.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
All right. So probably the toughest pick of the week. Buffalo versus Detroit.
Oh, I thought it was which way you put the toilet paper on the dispenser.
Oh, yeah, with the draping forward. What are you, some kind of savage?
Do you put in milk before your cereal?
But who does that?
There's some people that do that.
It's fucking wild.
They don't belong here.
No, if lizard people fucking exist, the milk first people are the fucking lizard people. Not in the government. It's the milk first people. They're the lizard people.
If you put in milk before the cereal, you don't deserve health insurance.
You deserve to be mixed snitched on, okay?
Burger King don't snitch, yo.
Yeah, the king knows when to keep his mouth shut. That's why he has that little crown on his head.
No, he earned it. You know why? You want to know why? You want to know how? Because he didn't snitch.
Look, I don't condone violence, but I also don't condone snitching either. Okay? That's about as political as I'm going to get.
This is a tough pick. What time is this game happening?
It's a later game, so
they should have flexed that. They should have flexed that game to prime time.
Oh, that's a Monday. That's a Monday night football game right there, because that's a possible Super Bowl preview right there.
And they're playing Sunday.
Yeah, and not even the last game on Sunday.
No, I was going to say at least flex it to Sunday night.
Yeah,
right? That's a game like that. People are going to tune in to watch that.
They're they're gonna skip like all the Giants, Ravens, and the Jets. Watch that, and then maybe one other game that night.
It's a tough game. It's definitely a tough pick. Both teams playing high caliber football. But my gut wants to go with Buffalo.
I had a feeling you're gonna go Buffalo.
The way I understand Jared Goff is playing good, but Jared Goff isn't Josh Allen. Now, what would be scary is could you imagine if the Lions had a Josh Allen? Like that would just, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just going to go right to the Super Bowl. See you there. But yeah, I'm going Buffalo by 44.
By 44.
No. I think it's going to be, it's definitely going to be a good game, right? I mean, I think it's going to be higher scoring. I could see 20s, maybe 30s, because both their defenses are decent. So, I mean, but
Yeah,
I'm going Buffalo.
I'm gonna go Detroit. This is a game that I really think can go either way, and it's gonna be high scoring. Like 56-50. Like 44-46. Something like that. It's not if it's any less than that, I would be very surprised. But just take the opposite, the other side of the coin. I'm gonna go Detroit. You fart?
I'm boxing myself in here.
Sucker.
What did I eat? Cabbage.
I didn't have corn.
What did I eat? Corn. Corn, the only vegetable that goes wee again.
Round two, fight. Tampa Bay Chargers.
Chargers. Ow, fuck. Hit my Yeti.
Why would you do that?
I didn't mean to. I moved my arm back and it's there. So I get for leaving a coffee cup in here for a week. So subtle reminder to bring it in the house.
Yeah. All right. The other the other game that I would say would be a good one to watch for this week, obviously after Bill Detroit, Battle of Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh and Philly.
Ooh.
Both really pretty good teams.
I'm going Pittsburgh.
Me too. It's another one of those games that's going to be close. What's up?
Is it sunny there?
Now it is.
Oh.
It was foggy as fuck earlier when I took Katie to work.
Fucking raining here.
I haven't had rain in like 2 weeks here. And it's fucking poured.
Fucking bored.
All right, Green Bay and Seattle.
Green Bay.
I'm gonna go Seattle.
Fuck you.
Oh, fuck you too.
Hope your beer gets stuck in a blender.
You know what? I need a trim anyway.
That's not exactly the way you want it. Ah!
All right, and finally the Monday night game. Chicago versus Minnesota.
They put that on Monday night. Let's go, Minnesota.
You had two other games that could have been the Monday night game.
You put Chicago in primetime.
Because you know what? They earned it.
They did. All teams are, I remember what was it, like 3 or 4 years ago, like each team, you had to earn primetime games because the way you were playing. Now it's like, nope, each team is going to get their own primetime, their own primetime games. Like, that shit should be earned, like how it was. Like, it was like 4 years ago when the Giants were doing shit and they had like every team gets a Thursday nighter. Okay, Thursday night at 8:30, call it primetime, call it a give me, whatever. But I think primetime football, I'm thinking Sunday night, Monday night.
Yeah.
Where the Giants had like two primetime games, and they didn't get a Sunday nighter, they got a Monday night and a Thursday night. And it was like, huh.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
all the teams are guaranteed a Monday night too.
Monday night is for Bills Detroit, not Jets Jaguars. like Jets Jaguars, they're lucky they're going to be on television. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Sci-Fi channel might air it.
Because that game is fucking out of this world.
Yeah.
All right. But before we end this, with Christmas right around the corner, I wanted to ask you a question. What was your favorite and what was your worst Christmas gift you ever got?
Oh. I think my favorite had to have been my electric bass and amp. I remember bugging my dad. I wanted a bass. I wanted, and obviously you can't have a bass without an amp. And he got me a bass and amp for Christmas. Um, Least favorite Christmas present?
Besides socks, underwear, t-shirts.
Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate the hell out of that shit now.
Oh, yeah, especially now that we're older, nothing better than a good pair of socks.
Like you get new underwear or boxers for Christmas, you start weeding out the other ones, right? You're like, all right, dude, I can't wear these. Oh, look at this. This has built-in ventilation all of a sudden. That wasn't like that a couple months ago. Whoa. The worst. Ugh. See, that's an interesting question. Like the worst, like I've always been like I gotta think back when like I was a kid and um see, I was like a nerd, like I wanted like a microscope, right? And I got a microscope. I wanted a chemistry set. I got a little chemistry set or a chemistry kit, right? Had little powders of everything. You can't
Yeah.
find those anymore. um I'll say one of the worst. You remember the guys used to be able to stretch? You took the air out with a little pump and you got to stretch the arms and the legs out and it stayed that long until you hit a button and the air went back in.
I remember Stretch Armstrong.
Right, but he went back as soon as you're done. As soon as you're done pulled
he had
on
the
it.
gel inside of them.
Yeah, this one it had like the beads or whatever, and it was like you had a pump, you pumped the air out of it, and then you could stretch them. I shit you not. I mean, it was a cool gift, but I say the worst because it broke like day 2. And I had all those fucking beads all over my room. That no matter how many times it got vacuumed, it couldn't get it all. It was like the boy version of glitter. It was just you couldn't get it. So I would have proposed to you the same thing.
My favorite, honestly probably my favorite, or with all the friggin' cool like action figures I got as a kid. Probably my favorite was the year my parents bought me a new bike. I know it's cliche, but it was always like hand-me-down bikes, brand new, shiny, orange and black Huffy. I rode that thing fucking everywhere, right? So that was probably like up on the top of my friggin' list. Worst?
Herpes.
Boobies? How could boobies be the worst?
I said herpes.
Oh, thankfully, I'm herpes free since '93. So the worst.
Yeah, it's a tough question.
Yeah, it's like because I'm trying to remember. Like I always got some pretty good gifts. I think
Did everyone get like that sweater or that thing that was all itchy, and you're like, oh, they'll love this, and then your parent forth like, no, I won't. You put so
yeah,
much effort in not to wearing it.
yeah. Like I got no other clothes except this sweater. I
Going
just wear
through
dirty.
the dirty hamper. Does that look like jizz to you?
I think maybe the worst gift I ever got, and I hate to say this because gift cards are always, they're pretty convenient. You know what I mean? Like I understand the premise. You don't know what to get somebody, so you get them a gift card.
Yep.
Let them go buy whatever the fuck they want. But it was a gift card to like some store I never even went to. Right? I'm like, okay. And I don't even remember what store it was. And so I went there. That, mind you, I was probably it was after I got out of the military, and I don't even remember who got it for me. If I said their name, I'd be lying, or what store it was, I'd be lying. They didn't even have any. And mind you, I was never like super fit, super thin, super jacked, or anything like that. But even in 2009, when I got out of the military, they had nothing that fucking fit me. Nothing. You tell me you don't have a size 36 pair of pants? Like you don't have a shirt that's not three sizes too small. You know what I mean? And covered in shiny material.
But
Like,
it's fancy and it's shiny and it's all new.
it's like if I tried wearing any of these clothes, I'd look like a reject from the Jersey Shore. I'm like,
Well, you are
I
a
think I
reject
ended
from the
up giving it to
well, you are a
somebody.
reject from the Jersey Shore.
Nope.
I did
The
watch a
cat
reel the other day when Stokey got duffed. Yeah. I mean, she was talking some shit though, and it's like, man, he could have just said shut up and maybe called it a day, but this dude just like, you know what, I'm gonna duff her. And just straight up duffed her, and she like the slowest fall too. Just like, ugh.
Oh my god.
Why did you ever hit a woman like that? What do you mean? How do you want to be hit?
And let's preface it by saying,
I don't condone domestic violence.
yeah, I agree, 100%.
But Snooki need to be shut up. She was like one of the most annoying characters, or most annoying people for that matter. And if she watches this, I hope she sees it.
Little side note with Snooki. What's the difference between Snooki and Cowboy Bill Watts?
I don't know.
Snooki has a win at WrestleMania. How does that make you feel?
She has a win at WrestleMania. That's gross.
And she was at WrestleMania. Bill Watts was never. She
You
has
know what? Well, you know what the difference between me and Batman is?
never seen Batman and you in the same place at the same time.
I can go visit my parents. Now I'm at work. The Cape Crusader is gonna come in here and fucking like choke slam me through a wall. So nice knowing you, Joe.
You just see over the back shoulder Bruce Wayne popping up. And go back down. I'm Batman.
I'm back.
If I knew how to edit, I would do that.
You're
Just
not
have
there
him
yet.
popping up and what?
You're not there yet.
You think I got the time and the energy to do that?
Hey, you know how you solved Batman from sneaking up on you? RKO out of nowhere.
Which is
No
just
one, no one
which
gets
is
up from an RKO.
Never.
Not even Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris is the RKO. If you watch really, really closely and like go frame by frame, you see when Randy Orton does this, Chuck Norris pops out. And boom. And they gone. I'm calling it now. The RKO / Diamond Cutter is Chuck Norris.
It's like a cowboy ninja.
Yeah.
You know who you won't see?
Aaron Hernandez future.
Or John Cena. Well, I'm gonna go buy the stool that Aaron Hernandez kicked out from underneath himself on auction.
It's gonna be a hefty $20 that you just spent.
Well, whatever. Then I'd be like, hey, I got the stool that he kicked out from under him. Piece of, and then carved in the seat. Hang in there.
I'm here to support you.
Don't stand on top rung without 3 points of contact. 2 feet in the noose. Does that count? It's 3.
You ain't falling. Once you're done, once you get to the bottom, you ain't falling anymore. And they say that about when you jump off a bridge. It's not the falling that kills you. It's the sudden stop at the end.
Yeah. I'm not worried about falling. It's the sudden stop that I'm kind of raising my hand at. Like, wait a minute. Like, what are you talking? Like 5 feet? Because, I got to work tomorrow.
Remember
Like 10 feet? Oh, no. I'm not taking a bump like that. No. No.
I remember the first time one of the first times my mom wanted to smack me as an adult. The common question, if everybody else was jumping off a bridge, would you too? Well, how high is the fucking bridge? The Golden Gate? No. But the bridge going over that little piece of the river? Yeah, okay. It's like 2 feet.
Now you're
And there's
looking at
some
it
mud.
like,
I'll be all right.
now you're like, oh, man, could blow a knee. Like, I don't jump. I tried jumping into my truck bed, like how I used to when I was in my 20s. Yeah, that don't happen no more.
I just pulled a muscle thinking about it.
Yeah, it's nothing like sneezing and throwing out your back.
Or stepping off the curb and twisting your ankle. Like, fuck, man.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're fucking getting there.
But all right, man. I'll let you go. Appreciate you for coming on for week 15.
Of course.
This was a fun one. I enjoyed it. And see you next week.
Yeah. At least thank you for the reminder.
Yeah. Same Warrior time, same Warrior location.
Yep.
And yeah. Okay. Peace out.
Okay, peace out.
Take it easy, bud.
Yep, you too.